the first file is what Yang sent us in the beginning of the class, and he made some modification, right? So I will add that here as well. So that's the end of class file. So that is the second one. And then from here, I made some modification. So let me show you what I did. So, okay, so let me just save this. Make sure I'm gonna make sure I made a copy of this. I open Yang's file, and then what I did, I assume this is your design. I assumed this is your design. Yeah, so it's not this. So let's say this is super cool. You should definitely try, but also don't worry if you don't have kangaroo, or if it doesn't work, that's fine. So this part is about generating these geometries, right? Yeah, so this is something you can explore, but you can actually don't worry about it too much. You don't have to generate all of your geometries. Yeah, it takes a lot of scripting. Yeah, and let's say I'm going to just disable this, and then what you need to do is you need to input closed curve. Yeah, so what I did was, okay, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna make some interesting geometry, but not too big. Maybe I will copy and then rotate it. I'm gonna make a little bit of simple cuts on this one. Is everybody okay? Following fine? Okay, so for example, our Boolean split, and then I have that geometry. You can work with a lot of different volumes, cut it, and yeah, even if it's concave, convex, doesn't matter. Let's say I'm gonna explode this a little bit, points on, and I'm gonna, okay, so this is not a good method. Okay, so I exploded everything. All right. So, and then what I'm gonna do is I will grab all of this geometry and then say duplicate border, that you have the curves, and then I'm going to move it around here. So this is all the curves, but make sure that this is a closed curve for each face. Does it make sense? Right? Okay. Once it's good, I just wanted to do this because if you are good in maybe, what is that, sub D, yeah, then you can do it in sub D. I like moving points around. That's why I converted this one into points, but you don't have to model it in this way. You can feel free to model something differently, right? But basically what you want is series of closed curves. Yeah, it can be open also. And then what you do is you just double click and say curve, and then drag all of this, say right click, multi curve, and then use this one instead. Okay? And so you don't have to worry about these ones, but you model anything you want and then just input it there. And sometimes it doesn't bend. It means also something doesn't work well. Maybe my geometry is too twisted. So just watch out to see which one works, which one doesn't bend or erroring. And then you can also have multiple geometries. you know. So just model something you want, yeah, and use the script and plug that here. Okay. And then another thing is about buttons. So Yang generated all the buttons very smartly. So if you go, like, he made scripted this extrusion one by one, and also moving and mirroring, all that. This is super smart, but we can do a dumb way to just model it. So I modeled, you can model something like nicer. Of course, for example, if you, I just modeled it really quick. So I just extruded this, copy in place. You should do it more precise. Yeah, and then I say Boolean union, merge all faces. That's a plus if you want. If you don't like plus, doesn't matter. Or if you want to copy and design something. So for example, if you think, oh, that kind of like a little bit of something, Boolean split, like if you like something like that, for example, who knows? Yeah, so design the button, yeah, and fillet edge, for example. You can make a, sorry, you can like make it a lot nicer by filleting. So something like that if you like, right? So that's easy, that's doable, that's exciting. So what do you do after you have your like customized button? So right now in this script specifically, there are 4 buttons, right? So the order was 0, 1, 2, 3. So let me just mark it. That order matters. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So the first two, these two, is controlling the number of parts. So if it, are we bending the first one, second one, third one, right? Do you remember? Yeah, and then this one is about the bending order. So the first bend, second bend, right? So just let's just use Yang's setup. Yeah.
Is this being recorded right now?
Yes, I'm recording in OBS. Yeah. So these parts was all of these things, creating this button. So don't worry about it, and I can just disable it.
What do bring up that?
Middle button, middle, yeah, middle button hold, middle mouse button, and then I'm holding, and then you can drag to the left and right. So I disabled it because I don't want to throw it away, but I want to keep it, but I don't really need it at the moment. And then I'm just following this setup literally, and then it was a BREP as an outcome. BREP is a polygon. I guess mesh is fine, but like let's just use BREP in this case. I put a BREP, and then do you remember right click? So let me use this one because this is more complicated, nicer design. Copy. I'm going to make these ones. Are you hanging in there? Okay, I'm gonna fillet this edge, fillet edge, again, just to show you that you can design whatever. You can really, because SCI-Arc students are very good in designing, isn't it?
figure it out.
Okay, so you have this like nicer buttons with different colors. You know how to sync the color now. Now select it in order. 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So go to BREP, right click, set multiple BREP, and then 0, 1, 2, 3. Enter. Okay, then it's in order. And make sure that you link it to both this thing. I'm gonna share this, but anyways, so that's it. That's how you change the button. That's how you change the original geometry, and you only need to worry about that. All right, so it's really simple. But thank Yang for like setting this fantastic file for us. Really appreciate. And then here you can. I'm gonna just highlight it. You can also change the group colors to highlight things. So you wanna come here and change this subscriber input geometry here. You can do something like that. Okay, and then button interface geometry here, and then I'm going to group, right click, and change the color to something visible. So these two things are what you want to change. Okay, then let me save this one. File, save document as. This is number 2, Soomeen modify. Then I'm going to share this file with you, and do try this by yourself. Then I'm going to share this file